Dakota State, and rounding out the field from IUPUI, Eric Hoffman. Oops, excuse me, missed a few. Then you also have Luke Hesler from Pitt, Hunter Marion from UMass, and then NC State duo of Daniel McGoey and Nate Kowalik. 25 in this 7th section. Again, 14:10, 63 now, the new time to beat. A couple of the featured athletes here. South Dakota State, Ben Olson, in the Summit League Indoor Championship, won the mile in the 3K and was runner-up in the 5K, so a fantastic indoor championship for him. From Bradley, the freshman, Michael Rebello, Mountain Valley Conference champ in the 3 and 5K, a tough double in the indoor scene to pull off at any conference. And from IUPUI, Eric Hoffman was the Horizon League runner-up in the 3K and the 5K champ. So a lot of these mid-major conference champions in all conference starting to get into these later sections, starting to mix it up. And we're going to see some really fast times coming from these schools.
Yeah, and to give you a little bit of a running tally, we just saw Johnny Cowart run 14:10. That adds to, we have now 15 athletes that have broken 14:20. And running down about 14:30, 39 athletes that have broken 14:30. I'm just going to continue to add to that list. I think coming into this, we saw 14:30 was on the top 25 national list, so we're definitely adding a lot to that national list.
Oh, yeah. The cutoff for top 25 in the NCAA this outdoor season for all divisions, 14:25, just Division I, 14:35. So we've already seen tons of times under there. The NCAA leading time, 13:56. We could see a few NCAA number 1, number 2s from this, from this 5K later.
And they're off in this 7th section. And remember, we have 3 more faster sections after this.
Section 5 went out a little slower and had a quick time. Section 6 went out fast. We'll see what this section's feeling. Looks like no one really wants to jump to the lead. And there goes an NC State runner. That looks like either Daniel McGoey or Nate Kowalik. Going out 32-33 on the slower side here, first 200.
Kevin Anzac, freshman from NC State University, out to the front.
So confirmed that was Anzac.
Gets there, puts on the brakes.
Kevin Anzac from NC State, the freshman. He was 8th place last year during high school at Foot Locker Cross Country National, so he's very familiar with running towards the front of a crowded race.
68-second opening lap. That's about what we're looking for here.
So about 68 seconds for that first 400. So pretty solid pace, a little bit softer than that first section, but again, we saw them going out pretty aggressively in the last section.
And this field is really bunched up as we come around. It looked like that was from Pitt, Luke Henzeller. Luke Henzeller from Pitt, your leader.
Pittsburgh sophomore Luke Hensler.
Hensler was 20th at the ACC Championship in the 5K. The sun has gone down here in Raleigh. The lights are on and bright on the track. Little Thursday night lights action at Paul Durr Track.
Yeah, so we've been talking about, a little bit of wind here, but other than that, a pretty perfect 67 degrees.
Field starting to single out now after that lap. That's still Henseller from Pitt, your leader.
Yeah, so they're locked into about 68 seconds per lap right now, which is about that 14:10 pace. And again, we'll probably see some of those guys stay pretty even through that. Some of them pick it up at the end, and then obviously some people trail off.
That's 14-10 pace.
Henseller, your leader, with Michael Rebello, the Bradley freshman, sitting 1-2. And then the rest of the field is all on their heels, playing the patient race as they start into single file, almost 25 deep as we move down the back stretch.
14-10 barrier that Johnny Coward came close in that last race.
.325 through 1200.
Another lap around, and Henseller still leading it with Rebello from Bradley on his shoulder, Kevin Anzac from State, and Colin Ross from Stony Brook sitting in the top four. But all that could change with one big lap. The field is tight here 4 minutes into this race. Wind picking up. They're running right into a headwind right now.
Then Sodke into their first 1,600 meter split.
So coming up on 1,600 meters here, we got 434.
435. Only 3 seconds between first and last place.
The field really starting to bunch up at the front. A lot of these people in the middle of the pack going wide, coming down the stretch, coming down the home stretch. They're running shoulder to shoulder in lane one pretty much the whole way. A little trip up there. That can happen when everyone's trying to make their moves up to the front here. It was Josh Park with a little stumble, but he seems to be all right.
Yeah, I think as that wind was picking up, we saw Hensler slow down a little bit. I don't think he wanted to be out front there. And then you start to see that bunch up, and that's where it can get dangerous with tripping.
They're keeping it close here as they come around the track again down the back stretch.
So yeah, a little bit slower on that second K, about 5:43. So we're looking at about 14:15 to 14:20 pace here. And again, you can tell some of these guys are chomping at the bit a little bit already.
That's Rebello now to the lead. Separately. Quick update on the field events. Women's pole vault just got finished up not too long ago. Sophia Franklin from Michigan State took home the win with a 4.15-meter jump. In second place was Alex Potts from UNC, the junior, also with a 4.15 jump. And in third from Towson was Haley Horvath, also with a 4.15 jump. That's your top three from the women's pole vault.
As we move into the second half of the race for 2,400 meters. Kevin Anzac.
And a lot of movement up front in that lap.
Here's your halfway split as they round that turn.
And it looks like now it's back to
15 pace through 25
Anzac,
meters.
Kevin Anzac, the freshman from NC State, your leader. But again, this field, they're going 2 to 3 wide, coming down the home stretch, trying to fight for position.
6 laps remaining. Our second section.
Jackson Sedal from Eastern Kentucky, sitting in third, I believe. Sedal, Rebello, Anzac, Israel, Hensler. Henseller, excuse me. But again, that lead pack is almost 15 runners deep in this field of 25. And we are less than halfway to go.
Inside, just take your turn here, take a lead. Consistent, they'll be rounding the turn and coming through the 3,000-meter split here as they cross.
They're going to hit 2K to go with a slew of runners at the front, but it is led by Kevin Anzac, the freshman from NC State, with Pitt sophomore Luke Henseller sitting second. But again, they are the top 15 are all within a second and a half of each other. So this is really anybody's race as we move to the last 2K.
Yes, 8:35 to the 3K. So again, we're just right under that 14:20 pace.
Going to have to pick it up if they want to get better than the 15:10 and 15:13, which currently sit 1-2 overall.
And that front pack has easily 10 or 11 guys, 12 guys. You know, this is definitely going to be a lot of racing in these last 2K.
A girl from Duke and a girl from Florida State.
They're coming up on 1 mile to go. Looks about 14 deep in that lead pack. And again, those outside runners, they're going wide. We're 3 wide around the curve coming down the home stretch. Now we have a change of lead. Luke Henseller back to the lead. And it looks like South Dakota State's Ben Olson working his way up as well as we hit 1,600 to go. 9:44. 1 mile remaining.
This is the first real big injection into pace we've seen here. They've been pretty steady at the 68, 69 pace. Definitely looking a little bit faster right now.
Again, no one wants to make that first move. They are running 3 or 4 wide down the back stretch. Someone's going to have to get into that lead or else they're going to be running on the outside around the curve. We both know that's not something you want to be doing.
It seems like a lot of testing moves to try to get the whole pack to go, but no one wants to do it themselves.
They are all calling each other's bluff. And it's a pack of 5 as we come around to the home stretch.
Yeah, at this point with 3 laps to go, someone's just got to go for it. You're going for times here as, you know, tactics are out the window.
1200, Zach Israel, the senior from Lipscomb. He's been sitting in that chase pack, and he's now up to the lead. He's making the big first move here. And it looks like they're starting to pick up the pace a little bit. Their legs are starting to open up, and they're starting, that 8 or 9 is starting to pull away from the rest of the field. They're definitely opening it up here. Again, this is section 7. Here at the Raleigh Relays.
11:28 through the 4,000. So again, that's about 14:20 pace still. They've got a lot of work to do if they want to beat that 14:10 leading time by Donnie Cowart.
Still 14:20s for as conservative as this race went out. No one wanted to push the pace. That's going to be a good back half if they can hold on. But it's Israel from Lipscomb. I believe Ben Olson. 800 to go.
12:02 with 2 laps to go.
And they're pulling away. Looks like Zach Israel, the senior from Lipscomb, and Ben Olson, the sophomore from South Dakota State.
They've got about a 5 or 6 meter gap on third. But still a lot of running left to go in this last 600 meters. Like we saw in that last race, you can see a lot of passing in the last lap and a half.
Now it looks like that was a big move out of the backstretch by Patrick Mullen from Northeastern, sitting himself in 5th place now. But it's Israel from Lipscomb not relinquishing the lead. We're going to Bell Lab. That's Ben Olsen making a move. He's taking over the lead. He's moved on to the inside. So it's Olsen and Israel, 1-2, 13:06 at the bell.
This should be a big last lap here between these two, especially. Need about a 63 last 400 to get the leading time.
We've seen people go under sub 60 in this
For
last
sure.
400 here, and they are really opening up their strides. Israel now into the wind, making the move on the outside. Olsen's trying to fight him off.
In 200 to go, what a foot race for our leaders, stride for stride.
And he's pulling away. Zach Israel, the senior from Lipscomb, running a very mature race. 100 to go. Has to hold off a final push from Olsen. Let's see if Olsen has anything left in the tank.
This could be our first sub 14-10.
And look at the clock. It's going to be close for Israel. Zach Israel. Oh, here comes Ben Olsen to the line. Not enough. 14:08 for Zach Israel. Your new leading time